Tas ang bilis mak-cancel ng mga tao, di ba?
Yung pag-cancel naman, you wait and then you'll be able to go back again. The goal is to get the highest, loudest laugh from the audience all the time. To work on your weaknesses all the time.
Little up higher.
Hello everyone, I'm Sia Hermoso Jorge, your host and showrunner for Level Up IRL. So di lang po siya yung tatay na namimili ng pelikula sa MTRCB. Siya ay isang napakagaling na stand-up comedian, TV and film writer, actor, host, and founder of Comedy Manila. At syempre, isa siyang kulpal but never a kupal.
Yun,
Welcome, Mr. GB Labrador.
Hi, thank you, Sia. Sobrang nakakatuwa. Thank you for inviting me at excited akong malaman ko ano ibig sabihin ng IRL dito sa show mo na Level Up. Multiply the fun. Ganda.
Yes.
So thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Super thank you din kasi alam ko sobrang busy mo na tao. Like from Comedy Manila to Cool Pals and all the shows and management. Paano ba yung ginagawa mo sa Comedy Manila? Like you organize the shows or you...
Ngayon, since nung lumaki na naman yung roster ng comedians, I cannot handle all of them already. So, medyo meron na tayong nag-aayos. Pero I do provide the lineup.
Okay.
I do certain shows na ako yung magla-lineup, ganyan. And then the rest will be meron ng instructions how to formulate a show.
Okay,
And then
okay.
you build partners like Brickwall BGC.
Yeah.
We have dito sa BGC. So through them, medyo dumali naman ang workload ko with
Oo
Comedy
nga.
Manila. So I can focus more on my comedy.
Right. Kasi dati parang, siyempre, parang ikaw halos lahat. Or hindi naman.
Oh,
May
yung
core
parang
people.
when we started Comedy Manila, someone needs to conceptualize shows kasi parang yun yung na-imagine mo kung paano ko hahatiin sa maraming shows ang 10 comedians to make audience see a different show every time.
Right.
Kasi yun yung challenge ko eh.
Oo.
Like hinog na sila everyone na kasabayan ko na parang pwede ko nang gawan ng show kaso I'm thinking of always longevity. Paano ko i-retain yung audience to watch every week? Kasi ang comedy shows sa ibang bansa, they don't usually watch a comedy show every week. Di ba? Lalo na, kuwari, ako panoodin nila. Then, they will not watch me again next week. Kasi, I might do the same set.
Right.
So,
Oo.
ang gusto mo, dito, konti ang comedians, paano ko makakuha sila ulit? So, that was the challenge. And then, so I had to be the one to conceptualize and then organize. And then there are some comedians that can help
Yes.
the production, but there are some comedians that are only good at performing.
Yes.
So you have to
correct.
identify
Mm-mm.
who will be the best people in your team.
Oo, sino may org skills.
Yes.
Mga may creative, parang may marketing mind din eh, in a
Oo.
way, no?
In a way, you are also building a team. You are building a strategy kung paano effectively mapapagana mo lahat. And then also yung type of shows that you'll be doing also.
Right, right.
So, masaya yung proseso kasi because I love the challenge also of how to establish the shows.
Oo nga eh. Tsaka ako, yun nga, when I was researching for my film, sobrang enjoyable nung process of parang discovering the stand-up world for me. Like yung mga pinapanood ko dati sa open mic, ano na sila, headliner na sila ngayon.
Oo
mga
nga,
ganon.
yung progress of
Oo.
comedians are faster now compared nung nag-start kami.
Yeah.
So, medyo mabilis na kasi established na yung open mic. So, nakikinig na yung tao sa open mic. They understand the flow of the show. Alam na yung ginagawa. So, ang dali na mag-work ng jokes. Nung panahon namin, explain mo pa muna what is stand-up or ito yung hindi kami ng okray. Tapos, ang open mic libre. So, there's a chance na aalis yung tao kasi wala naman siyang investment sa show.
Oh, okay.
So, ang goal namin is 10 kami. Kailangan namin paupuin to at makinig hanggang sa dulo. Kung hindi, walang audience yung tao, yung last comedian. So, may mga ganun kaming mga challenges pa. So, medyo matagal ang progress in a way.
Totoo. So So, nag-boom siya mga anong year?
Nag-start yung Comedy Cartel, I believe, 2007.
Mhm.
Tapos then, I was fortunate to be part of it also through yung Lafapalooza, 2008. And then, it started picking up. Siguro, nakatulong sila, Rex Navarrete. Yeah, di ba? So, when Rex Navarrete became famous online, yung mga ginawa niyang mga jokes, like yung
Marites and the Super
yes,
Friends.
yan.
Yeah.
Mga idaran natin ito eh.
Mm-mm-mm.
So, yan. So, meron niyang idea yung tao in a way. Pero hindi pa nabibreak yung a bigger audience that can sustain yung kita ng comedian. So,
Right.
so it was a struggle. Pero pumutok na ng husto yung stand-up for me will be Jokoy. Jokoy
Yes.
also took it to the next level of popularity yung stand-up ng Pinoy Pride pa and all of that. And then nung nag-pandemic, people actually went to comedy for
Comfort.
refuge or comfort.
Yes.
So, rami din and then through the podcast also, yung Cool Pals, we're all comedians. So, yan na yung mas maraming tao nakaalam ng stand-up for me. And then, after the pandemic, people started watching live. Dumami yung, for some reason, bumibili bibilin tickets. They're now excited to watch, curious to watch. So, kahit hanggang ngayon, may first time na nanonood. So, yan na for me will be okay na, may mga, in a way, parang, pwede na akong bumili ng bagong polo shirt. So, ganun.
Sa, either sa bench o Lacoste na gano'n.
Hindi pa kaya.
Bench.
Huwag naman, polo shirt lang. Doon muna tayo sa SF Department Store.
Okay. Okay, so, ano yung first job mo ever? Tsaka, paano ka nag-end up sa stand-up?
Okay. Ang una kong trabaho after work, after school,
Ano ka, no?
communication arts ako, Miriam. Ikaw ba Miriam ka din, di ba?
Miriam High.
Miriam High. College naman ako. Nung high school, bawal lalaki.
Oh,
Pero arts ako, communication
Tapos
arts.
ilan lang kayo ilan lang kayong lalaki sa class? Kasi pinag-aagawan ka ng mga babae doon.
Yun yung plano ko nung nag-apply ako. Kaso, like any other plans, hindi siya magandang resulta. Hindi na katotoo. Pero 4 kaming lalaki sa class.
Oh, di ba?
Tas sa bakla. So, kala ko tumaas pa yung chances ko. Pero naman. Kailangan ko pa sumali ng basketball team. Sumali pa ako ng mga social involvement events para lang masabi nila, cute siya. Kumana naman. So, pero saya ng mga ko sa college ng Miriam. Ang gusto ko nung maging international studies, IS.
Oh.
Gusto ko maging, sabi ko sa
Diplomat?
tatay ko, gusto ko maging diplomat.
Okay.
Ay, tatay ko, okay yan. Ay, magpantalong ka muna, sabi niya. Kasi kabrief ako noon, sinabi ko sa kanya. Sabi niya, mag-shorts ka muna, maganda yan. Magandang start yan to become a diplomat. Galayin mo mag-shorts. Tapos, first year ko, parang na-assign ako as a host of our Welcome Freshman Day. Or an event ng mga freshmen. So, enjoy ko. Sabi ko, ano to? Anong trabaho to? Anong course to that is about production and Tapos sabi nila, communication arts. So by second year, which is the year that you get to choose kung ano yung course mo,
Okay.
I applied for communication arts and then I fell in love with it. Ang saya, may
Yes.
advertising, may script writing, may theater, and lahat ng mga, everything creative na pwede mo express yung
Yes.
sarili mo is there for you to learn. So, pati AV, radio, lahat. TV.
Right. So
And then,
okay.
sorry, yung first job.
Oo, first job.
So, communication arts, ang ganda, di ba? Nag-apply ako sa tape office
Malapit.
as a writer.
Oo.
Hindi nila ako nakuha na writer. Gusto nila, production assistant.
Okay. Entry level.
Entry level, hindi ko kinuha. Alam mo kung bakit? Kasi nung college ako, something na sana i-correct na ng mga tao and also the professors in communication arts or mass comm. Medyo pinagtatawanan nila yung PA kasi ginawa nilang personal alalay yung PA. So, me, thinking, gagawin nila ako alalay. So, I never saw the importance of a production assistant sa production because ang mindset ko, aalalayan lang ako nito. So, gusto ko writer. So, hindi ko kinuha. And then, I realized later on na you have to start there. like the best ones, kahit
Yes.
sila Bayani, di ba? PA yan. Sila
Yes.
Jose Manalo daw, PA din yan. So, si Chaco Santos, I believe PA nag-start or something like that. So, yung mga tao na yun, they became who they are because they started there learning yung production as a production assistant.
Yes.
If only I knew that, yung mga stories na gano'n, ng mga taong nag-start from I would have taken that position.
Oo.
So, sana mag-iba na yung, sino ba yun?
Oo.
Ang production assistant is one of the most important people in the production also. They
Yeah.
make things easier for everyone. So, parang na-realize ko lang yan nung nagtatrabaho na rin ako as nag-end up naman din akong writer.
Mm-mm.
After 10 years.
Oh, wow.
After 10 years of doing day jobs, of being a call center BPO
okay.
industry for PLDT, and then naging din ako email support.
Right.
Yan yung first job ko, email support And then actually nag-short stint ako na nagbebenta ako ng internet cards.
Okay.
Oo. Pero naka-touchy case pa ako nung si first job ko naka-touchy case ako. Pagbukas mo internet card, ganyan, pupunta ako ng mga sari-sari stock na pinupunta ako para gusto niyo ng internet card. Pero
May combination pa yung attache case
oo,
mo.
meron syempre para importante itong internet card nito So after 10 years yun, nag-end up ako as a writer. And then niisip ko din, parang it was also a preparation for me to become a good writer, to experience muna yung mga bagay-bagay sa mundo na outside of the production for me to be able to write something. So, maganda naman. Then, yung stand-up naman, pumasok sa utak ko yan. Dahil yung mga friends ko will always say, try ko yung stand-up. Kasi ako yung nagpapatawa.
Okay.
Tapos din parang challenge na rin sa sarili ko. Kaya ko kaya magpatawa ng ibang tao. And then,
Oo.
yun na-enjoy ko na siya. I never stopped doing it since na I started 2008.
2008. Taalala mo pa yung mga first jokes mo?
Oo. You never forget the first time. Yung first joke ko is about yung CR dun sa open mic venue sa Alchemy sa Silver City. Yung CR nila parang may salamin sa harap. So nakikita mo yung sarili mo. Sabi ko, na ba yan? Kitang-kita ko yung ko na may iya ako, nakaka-insecure. Tapos sabi ko, ang hirap maging matangkad kasi ginagawa kang measuring stick. Diba? Hanggang dito mo lang ako. Ganyan. Kaya, wow, laki ng paa mo. Sabi ko, ba't kinagugulat na malaking paa ko? 6-footer ako. Magulat ka kung malit yan. Hindi nakaagulat, diba? 6-footer kang lit ang paa mo. So, yun yung mga jokes ko lang. Hindi naman siya ganun na kumukuha ng tawa. So, pero may mga jokes na tinawanan.
Mm-hmm.
Pero, I was struggling, I was looking somewhere else. Yung audience, andito, doon ako nakatrain sa pader. Kasi natatakot ako Nahihiya ako, natatakot ako. So, you're fighting through that while trying to deliver yung jokes. Tapos, all English pa.
Wow, okay.
All English ako. Kasi ang kinalakayan ko ng comedians din, mga nasa, ang idea ko, yung mga nag-guest kay David Letterman, ganyan. Siyempre, Rex Navarrete din is also in English. So, English din ako. English yung set ko noon, all throughout. And then, sumali akong competition, second place. Si Noel Gascon yung nag-champion, 2008. Then 2010, I joined yung Hong Kong Comedy Festival. So, second place din. So, sabi ko, okay na yan, second place lang lahat. Kahit yung basketball ko, second place din Sabi ko, medyo sanay na rin ako siguro. And then my friend
Lahat ng
ko,
medals,
lahat ng
second
medals ko, second place So parang, sabi ko, okay lang naman. Siguro ang maganda, if you're always second place, is that you're always trying to be better.
Yes,
Because wala,
to be first place.
to be better than yung parang hindi ka nag-champion, masyadong mayabang, hindi ka champion. So parang ako, wala akong pwedeng iyabang, di ba ako nanalo ng something. So it just made me hungrier.
And humbler.
And also, wala kang choice kundi maging humble. Ano ba, nagpatunayan ko, second place. Ganun. But then doing the rounds sa Hong Kong opened up doors for me to perform Singapore, Malaysia, ganyan. English kasi. So next challenge ko kasi after Lollapalooza, kaya magpatawa ng foreigners.
Right.
So gumana naman.
Uh-uh.
So I get to perform there siguro. Lilipad ako ng Singapore 2-3 times a year. and then do shows in Malaysia, same 3-4 times a year. And then Melbourne Comedy Festival. Yeah, so I get to do the comedy festivals na.
Oo.
And then problema lang when you do English jokes dito sa Pilipinas, you don't get hired that much kasi English ka eh.
Oo.
So hindi naman na ano yung mga tao, they're not happy to hear someone saying English dito sa Pilipinas. So I have to do my sets in Tagalog also.
Oo.
So Tagalog ako, and then para mas
Pero parang okay yun na English yung first. Kasi mas mahirap yun eh. Hindi ba? Ako for me parang I feel daunted pag i-English ko lahat ng material ko.
oo, medyo hindi kasi siguro nga dahil sa kinlalakihan ko din nung 80s eh. So all the shows are in
right,
English,
oo.
pero kahit nahaluan ako ng
Sila Eddie Murphy yan. Tama ba?
Hindi, parang kahit yung mga shows, kahit yung mga cartoons natin growing up,
Right, oo.
everything's in English, 90210, Doogie
Oo,
Howser, A-Team, Perfect
Totoo.
Strangers, all of this.
So like you English at home?
So yung
ganyan?
utak ko, medyo yung expressions mo, English, sa utak mo, ganyan. So it was not that hard for me. Tapos communication arts, Miriam College pa rin, di ba? So yung training natin when it comes to public speaking, medyo nakatulong.
Oo.
Yung pag-pronounce, ganun. And then, so hindi siya, ang pinaka-challenge talaga is how to be able to, yung magsulat na nakakatawa. So,
Right.
yung whether it will be in English or Tagalog, the hard part is it funny muna? And then, how do you work on the timing and delivery?
Okay.
So, para hindi madali, don't think of big words when you're doing English. Yung naintindihan ng tao kahit sino, and then you add some act-outs para merong visuals.
Totoo.
So, pag mabilis ka magsalita, at least, okay, naglalakad siya. Kasi gumaganyan ka. So, medyo yung tao. So, they pick up on the jokes. So,
Right.
you learn that as you do it.
Totoo,
So, may
totoo.
kita mo, ano kayang kulang, ganun. Kaya may joke ako na parang, hirap maging English speaking dito, pag nag-English ako, sabihin, ang sinasabi ng tao, English ang putya. Ganun. So, parang nabibreak ko agad yung ice.
Saan mo usually nahuhugot yung material mo for stand-up?
Una, sa mga kalokohan ko, like yung mga playful mind, ganyan, yung mga favorite mo na, o yung mga favorite topics sa inuman, o yung mga pinagtatawanan, like superheroes, ganyan, or mga ganong made up stories. Okay? And then, eventually, I talked about yung being single, ganon. Kasi, personal. Mga personal experiences na. So, para medyo may human touch. Ibig sabihin, relatable na siya in a way. Parang hirap. Ang hirap magkaroon ng girlfriend na maganda, may ganun ako na bit na parang ano. Pero sa totoong buhay talaga, medyo naka-jackpot naman ako ng kahit papaano sa buhay.
Yeah.
Medyo maganda yung girlfriend ko at that time. Tapos parang nakikita ko yung paano yung tao tumitingin sa akin. Tapos titingin sila sa babae. Then I can already feel what they're saying. Di ba parang, paano naging boyfriend nito ito? Siguro mayaman siya. Di ba? Yun man isipin mo eh. Pag pangit lalaki, maganda yung babae, mayaman itong lalaki na to, di ba? So yun yung mga, talagang umiyak ako sa girlfriend ko ng time na, hindi ko na kaya, parang hindi ko kaya nga tinitingnan mga tao sa, ano ka ba? Parang ganun. So, those experiences, sulat ko talaga.
Oo nga.
Na parang, nilagyan ko na lang siya ng twist, na parang simula na nagbisa ko mahirap, para people judge me the way they want to, the way I want them to judge me. Kasi mukha na akong mahirap, nasa mall, tapos sitingin sila sa akin, sitingin sila sa babae maganda, sabihin na nila, aba, baka malaki titi niya, di ba? Kasi wala na yung option ng mayaman. So that's when the playfulness.
Pababae, no? From face
parang
to...
little like, okay. Baka malaki nga. So
Baka may abs.
yun na yung pagiging playful na parang, okay, paano ko sila papatawanin dito sa storya na to? So that's the challenge. Parang, paano ko papatawanin dito sa storya na ito? Ang ganun. So yun yung naging buong buhay ko, ganyan yung utak ko. Sa every na nangyari sa buhay ko, sa bahay, sa pamilya, sa mga anak, sa hairline ko, sa mga ganyan, sa barbershop.
Yeah.
All of these day-to-day activities ko na I'm always thinking of punchlines. Ganyan.
Personal. No?
Oo, personal is the best way.
I agree.
Oo.
Oo, kasi it makes you distinct already eh.
Yes.
Kasi it's uniquely your experience.
So medyo wala ka ng kaparehas.
Oo, for
Unless
sure.
panot din yung isa. May
O
mga
kaya
chance na
malaki
ganun.
din yung titi.
Or, yes. Pero joke lang naman yan. So pag sinabi ng comedian na malaki yung sa kanya, half meant yun. So half mo pa siya.
So, may diminishing
Oo,
return.
diminishing. So pag sinabi ng 8 yung ano ko, sa half meant
Four
eh.
lang
So
yan.
4 lang yan. Oh.
Tapos magiging 2.
Yeah. Oo, depende sa weather.
Sabi ni Jeannie, yung asawa pala.
Oo.
Palagi ka daw nakatulala.
Yes.
Yun. Nag-ano ka
Yun
na,
yun.
nagsusulat ka ng joke sa
Yun.
sa ulo.
Palagi ako nagsusulat. Either iniisip ko na kung anong gagawin ko sa stage. I'm already picturing every move, every joke before I go up on stage.
Right.
Parang nakikita ko na yung sarili ko, ang gagawin ko, ano yung unang sasabihin ko, itong mga tao sa to. Ito dapat tatawa lahat to sa mga sasabihin ko. So that I can, when I picture it, and then it's not doing yung parang going as I pictured it, madali lang din ako mag-adjust kasi alam ko na kung anong sasabihin ko. Then pinicture ko na rin imagine ko na rin paano ba di sila tumawa. Tapos, after pa ng set, isipin ko pa yung mga jokes na hindi gumana.
Oh my
So tulala
gosh.
din ako nun.
Oo.
Kasi parang nag-prepare ka ng 1 hour. 1 hour of jokes. And then after that, before you feel satisfied na, ang galing ko, ganun, no? Isipin ko, ano yung mga jokes na hindi tinawanan? Bakit di siya tinawanan? Ano yung ginawa ko? Ba't di siya tinawanan? And bakit di siya gumana sa audience?
Wow.
And then, you say, okay, siguro kailangan gawin ko to next time or medyo ilagay ko to dito before this joke. So, nagsistrategize ka palagi
Wow.
to be able to make all of your jokes more effective on stage. So, you put it, yung parang ikaw yung nagpapahirap ng buhay mo dapat as a performer para
Hard work, man. Hard work
Oo,
yan.
kasi
Yan,
talagang gusto mo
discipline.
marinig yung tawa. Oo, gusto mo marinig yung tawa. Yun lang talaga kasi yung goal mo eh. You don't want to go up on stage na walang tatawa. Tapos gusto mo palakas ng palakas. Hindi siya pwedeng, okay, sinawanan ako dito ng gano'n. Ha! Hindi, ganun gusto mo na. Hindi ako satisfied dyan. I want it. Gusto ko papalakpak sila.
Oo.
Gusto ko,
O kaya yung mga tumatawang mga ganun.
Gusto mo
yung mga-
tumatumbling, gano'n. Parang yun yung goal. The goal is to get the highest, loudest laugh from the audience all the time. Tapos, tumawa sila malakas tonight. So, bukas meron akong show. Tapos, same joke. Hindi sila tumawa ng galong kalakas. Then, I will also tulala na naman ako.
Break it down.
Oo,
Why?
bakit kagabi tinawanan to ng
Oo,
malakas?
oo.
And ngayon, hindi.
Oo.
So, then, you will see yung batting average ng joke mo. Like, how consistent is this joke? That every time I close with this, papalakpak yung tao. Tapos, cheer sila, and then I can leave the stage with them feeling ng saya ng show. Ganun. So parang ganyan yung to be able to see where I will put these jokes sa lineup ko.
Okay. Meron ka bang practices na pang break ng monotony sa isip mo or sa energy mo? Like, kunyari, hobbies o kung mga
Oo naman.
gaming, online gaming? Nag-ano ka ba? Sa stocks ka ba? Nagpa-play ka ba sa stocks?
No.
Or whatever? Online shopping?
Ako
Doom
siguro
scrolling?
ay meron akong collection ng toys.
Ah.
So nung bata ako mahilig din ako ng laruan, and then naundoy kami, so most of my collection also nawala.
Oh.
So then I have to rebuild, and then nagko-collect ako from
Ito mga G.I. Joe ba to? Hindi naman.
Yes,
Oh,
G.I. Joes, Transformers, ganyan, mga lumang laruan. Pero ang ginagawa ko, kuwari I need a time to get away from the stress of being hard on myself.
And
ganyan.
overthinking.
Overthinking,
Diba?
oo, kaya worrying too much.
Yes.
So I play, tapos mag-retro gaming din, family computer, ganyan. Balikan ko yung mga favorite games ko nung bata. Just to get me into that fun zone na
Yeah.
of
Out of
innocence.
your head.
Oo, yes, oo. So I do that. And then also hang out with my kids, ganyan. Kuwari, nanonood kami ng movie or maglalaro kami or I'll just watch what they're doing kasi I need to observe kung anong ginagawa anong bunso to see kung ano yung mahilig niya, yung mga games nilalaro nila ngayon, ganun.
Oo. So, nakikipaglaro ka rin ba ng mga games sa mga kids?
Ang ginagawa ko, okay, anong games na
Online
gusto nila,
or-
then I play the games that they're playing.
Okay.
I try them. Tapos minsan na-addict din ako sa games na nilalaro nila. Ako din naglalaro. Tapos sila sabi, Daddy, ikaw na na-addict dyan. Sabi ko, nga, ang ganda kasi. Ba't mo kasi dinownload to? Sabi ko siya. So, ganun. So, yan lang mga ano ko. Ang mga ginagawa ko if I'm not doing comedy or not, ano.
Oo. Sa tatay ba, disciplinarian ka na? O ikaw
In
pa
a
rin mas
way,
bata?
yes.
Ah, okay.
In a way, I have to set some rules that is very kailangan yung bedtime, gadget yung time nila sa
gadget.
screen. Oo, I'm very lenient din naman if they if kaya.
Oo.
But some, like na yung eldest, he has ADHD, so have to be very strict with the
yes,
schedule.
yes.
So, kailangan firm. I can, alam mo, naalala ko yung sabi ko doon sa isang dad, sabi ko, pag nag-open up about yung mga struggles and challenges of being a parent, kasi sa retreat nag-usap yung mga
Yes.
parents, pinag-usap-usap kami ng mga parents. Ako, I'm
Nag-iiyakan
very
ka
shy
nun.
of opening
Yun.
up, pero then I have to tell them also na yung hirap ng pagiging tatay with someone with ADHD,
Oo.
with yung a child that has ADHD, is that kala mo yung plano mo that you'll be a cool dad, you'll be it's not going to happen because you really need to adjust kung ano yung kailangan. So if you have to be strict, you have to be
Yeah.
strict. You cannot be,
Oo.
ang kami ko pa naman laruan, ang kami kong video games.
Oo.
I cannot let him play that much video games or not let him play video games at all because they have addictive tendencies that nakakalimutan nila yung studies. So parang yun pa naman yung gusto ko na maglalaro kami ng anak ko.
Oo.
Pero I cannot, but I have to, kaya hindi din ako gano'ng makapaglaro if they're around.
Oo.
So I have to hide it pag nandyan sila or may ginagawa akong iba. So yan yung mga challenges ko. So
Parent din ako ng dalawang sons ko may ADHD.
yes, 'di ba?
So nasa
Ako.
diet, sleep, 'di ba mga ganun kasama? Diet, sleep,
Mm-mm.
more outdoor activities than indoor.
Oo. Kailangan at least meron silang gagawin to parang workout yung energy nila sa katawan.
Yeah,
That's why
oo.
kailangan nila ng sports. Buti na lang, kami namin hinanap how many how many yung sinubukan yun na parang hopefully ito yung magugustuhan niya.
Oo,
Did you try
dami, oo.
soccer, basketball, you have Legos, you have Beyblades, you have
lahat.
Magic the Gathering, everything we tried, pero na-enjoy niya ngayon yung badminton.
Ah,
So at least there's one that he really is good at and he really loves doing it. And then yun na, support.
Oo.
But then, ang challenge, ano ba sa'yo, teenager?
May 18 ako na, ay hindi, 19 na pala siya. 19 tapos 12-year-old.
Oo, so it takes a lot of patience to raise someone with ADHD kasi iba talaga ang nila, time management,
Yeah.
they have problem with time. So, yung medyo, kaya ako naging strict in a way because kailangan nila ma-maintain yung schedule
Totoo.
na para hindi sila mahirapan sa buhay. If you give in because naawa ka, you're not really helping.
Mas kawawa.
Mas kawawa
pag
sila. So, parang
tumanda. Oo.
yun yung masakit. So,
Oo.
yun yung mahirap. So, as you become a parent, as you parang try to be a parent, you learn as you do how to be an effective one. Diba?
Right. Oo.
So, medyo yun lang. Kaya ako naging strict.
Mm-mm.
Pero in a way, I see the beauty of also being strict is that yung pag nakita mo na yung schedule that works for them.
Mm-mm.
So, bang saya na.
Mm-mm.
Tulog na sila, 9 o'clock.
Mm-mm.
Diba?
Oy, disiplinado.
Tapos nag-uusap kayo ng ibang parents. Ano kung hirap patulogin niya? Alas 11, gising pa. Tapos ako 9 o'clock, tulog na. Parang yabang na dating.
Oo.
Pero it takes a lot of time and effort
yes.
to get them to a schedule that works for them na nagagawa pa rin nila yung mga gusto nila.
Right.
So, yung parang yun yung kailangang balance na
Oo.
na parang kailangan may play, kailangan may TV time, and then meron silang nagagawa nila lahat pati
They don't feel deprived, di ba?
Oo.
Kasi otherwise magre-rebelde.
or they'll sneak their playing
Yes,
at
oo.
pag tulog na lahat, di ba? So
Pinag-usapan natin dati yung parang sasabi mo may iba't ibang klaseng komedyante. May observational, ano yun? Parang may
marami
sinabi
iba't
ko
iba,
before.
like the styles also of humor of per comedian. Yun ang maganda sa na-enjoy ko pag may showcase sa mga nanonood, there's a Comedy Manila showcase, yan yung puntahan nyo kasi siguro max 9 comedians that will be performing 10 minutes each, tas iba-ibang humor.
Yes.
So kung bakit gusto nyo makahanap
Makakapag-shopping kayo.
Oo, you get to see kung nasaan ang humor ko and which comedians to follow.
Yes.
Kasi pareho kayo ng same line of thinking, yung humor nyo pareho. So yung pag sinasabi niya parang pasok sa banga na parang, oo nga, tama. So may dark humor, which is something that is
Yes.
still a work in progress when it comes to having the audience appreciate pa, no? May market siya pero hindi pa siya ganun kaputok. Okay? There are those comedians. And then you have the deadpan. A deadpan comedian means yung delivery niya
Yes.
walang emotions. So parang sinasabi lang niya dire-diretso. So walang act out, nakatayo lang siya. So ngayon, I believe that one is being more appreciated now than ever. Kasi sa open mic competition ng Comedy Manila, ang top 2 deadpan comedians. So yung audience enjoyed it, the judges enjoyed it. So parang okay. So nag-emerge na siya as something na na-enjoy ng tao. I'm very happy to see. Kasi dati nung start kami 2008, mayroon kami isang deadpan comedian, si Rafi Tarouk, that I'm always inviting. Babalik yan si Rafi, sabi niya, I hope. And when I saw him sa mall, sabi ko, Rafi, kung alam mo lang na-appreciate ng tao yung deadpan, yung naalaga niya. I was so excited to share to him. Kasi sa amin, when we were starting, sa kanya minsan nahirapan yung audience to appreciate what he was doing.
Yes.
Kasi totally different siya sa napapanood ng mga tao. So ngayon okay na. And then marami.
Ryan Rems, di ba? Is
Ryan
medyo
Rems,
deadpan?
pwede din deadpan, but Ryan Rems has a character.
Right. Okay.
So, siya talaga yan. Pero when you see him, parang, parang rock and roll, di ba? Parang rockista. So, meron siyang character.
Okay.
So, it helps people, stick to his, material. Kasi parang interesting na siya, persona pa lang. Ganyan. So, kami, in character, you can go in character. You can do comic monologue, like be an engineer, the PWH engineer for 10 minutes, di ba? And then do a monologue. So you go in character. So all of these different tools and methods and styles you can use on stage. So yan yung maganda sa open mic, di ba? That you have done,
Yes.
which is nice. Kamusta naman ang experience mo sa open mic?
Parang masusuka, ganun.
Yes, same feeling every time. Hindi siya nawawala.
Oo. Tapos, I channel a different, side of myself. Like, I show, something that I'm scared to show on a regular basis. So, parang, rated R yung mga jokes ko. Kasi hindi ako ganun.
On stage, may certain exaggeration of yourself.
Yes,
And also yung parang persona mo that is the shouting from the inside na, let me out. Yan yun. So parang, yun eh. So
Tsaka challenge, sa kakatuwang i-challenge yung sarili mo sa courage. Di ba parang gano'n?
Lalabanan mo.
Pag stand-up ka kasi, hindi ka sure kung tatawa sila.
Yun yung first step. Labanan mo yung takot.
Oo. So, hindi sure na tatawa sila, pero dapat okay ka lang dun.
Yan yung, di alam ng tao, isa yan sa mga pinapractice ng comedian sa open mic. Is how to handle the audience and yourself pag walang tumawa.
Oo.
Kasi, pag walang tumawa, alam mo na agad, kita mo na sa mukha, di ba? Parang nadismaya na yung comedian, parang nawawala na siya ng loob. As you do open mic, dapat alam mo na kung paano i-handle yung walang tawa, parang hindi ka magpapakita ng kahinaan, parang papalabasin mo siya na hindi pa punchline, itatawid mo siya, or may gagawin kang may nakakatawa. Isa sa mga kailangan mo i-practice yun when you're doing stand-up, because when you do the bigger shows or corporate events, or you're getting paid to do what you're doing.
Yes.
Pag hindi tumawa yung audience sa'yo, alam mo na, hindi ka hindi ka nagpapanik. So, yan
Pivot.
yung, parang, okay, hindi tumawa. Sige, okay, I'll still continue to smile, look confident, and deliver the next joke like nothing happened.
Kaya parang ako, nagre-reflect ako sa stand-up kasi nga, yun nga, I'm writing about it sa isang pelikula. So, it's one of the most courageous act as a performer. Kasi, there's really parang bombing and it's live and the audience is there.
Totoo.
Diba?
Talagang, kaya dying talaga yung tawag kasi yun yung feeling, parang mamamatay ka na sa hiya, mamamatay ka na dahil hindi gumagana lahat ng mga inisip mong nakakatawa. Kala ko mo nakakatawa to pero hindi pala. All of these emotions and running through your body while on stage. Pero naman, pag naakinig ka ng tawa, wala lahat yun. Wala lahat yung...
Totoo.
So, sobrang sarap na ng feeling. That is the drug that you
Yun na-addict na.
Yun na yung na-addict ka na parang you're always looking for that laugh. Na parang hindi pwede ako tumigil.
That high,
Oo.
May
So,
high
you
yan,
just have to fight through those days na hindi ka tinawanan and keep working, and then when you get to the point na tinamatawa na yung audience, you ride that energy, you ride that. Tapos parang yun na, Tapos palabuhay mo na ng palabuhay.
unlock mo na.
Palaki mo na ng palakihin, tapos then enjoy it. And then,
Yes.
yun. Tapos mag-second place ka lang sa lahat ng competition. Yan na.
Or third.
O, third. Yan,
Yeah.
oo.
Oo, pwede
Huwag
yan.
kami magsama ng champion.
Who are your favorite comedians internationally and locally?
International, siguro si Dave Chappelle will be one.
Okay.
His storytelling, I enjoy.
Mm-mm.
Kasi pag nanonood, parang sketch, pag pinanood mo siya, may mga different characters, yung boses niya,
Yeah.
tapos how he writes, tapos yung punchline, hindi mo maisip.
Oo.
Hindi mo, kasi gusto mo hulihin kung saan pupunta eh.
Oo.
Pero yung mga ganun na comedians, hindi mo alam kung saan pupunta.
Nasa-surprise ka
Oo,
talaga.
masusurprise ka talaga sa tatawa kang malakas. Si Patrice O'Neal is my favorite. So, hindi siya ganun kasikat online. Pero sa mga Pilipino, pero sa Amerika sikat siya. Pero ang galing niya. You can be talking about as simple as hindi siya marunong mag-spelling to racial discrimination or mga blacks against difference between blacks and whites na hindi ko narinig madalas sa iba kasi palagi naman black versus white or di ba yung joke, pero sa kanya ibang take which is very fresh for me na na-enjoy ko siya. So sadly he passed away, pero yung mga ano niya nasa YouTube pa if you guys want to watch him. Na-enjoy ko yan. Kinapanood ko nga doon sa anak ko si Patrice O'Neal kasi ang ginagawa ko sa anak ko minsan, kuwari nunod siya, di ba? Dahil because of chatting, gugulatin ko siya. Oy, Kirby, spell tomorrow. kasi ano siya, pati naman ako nalilito kung double M ba o double R, di ba? Kasi kaka-type natin sa nalilito na tayo, di ba? Kasi palagi tayong TMRW, RW. So from time to time, gugulatin ko siya. What is the spelling of tomorrow? Tapos mali siya sa una, T-O-M-M. Sabi ko, mali. Tapos sabi ko, and then, just to remind him. Tapos sabi ko, Tino, you watch this, si Patrice O'Neal, about him not being able to spell. Na pag hinostage daw ang nanay niya, tapos may nakatutok na baril sa nanay niya, tapos sinabi ng hostage taker sa kanya, babarilin ko yung nanay mo, kung hindi mo kayang spell yung restaurant. Tapos sabi niya, tapos tumigil siya sabi niya, I'm gonna look my mom in the eye. I'll tell her, Mom, I love you. I just want to say I love you. Before I want to say I love you.
Huling
stalling. Rest how. Gagawin siya. So it's so funny. So yun yung nakakatawa. Pinanood ko sa kanya. So parang nagigets din niya. So sa comedian gusto mo din makita kung what is funny to your kid.
Oo, pinaglalaroan mo din.
Meron isa. So nanood kami ng Back to the Future. Sabi niya, I want to build a time machine. Sabi ko sa niya, okay yan, pero gawa muna tayong brownies. Sabi ko, yung simple lang. Simple lang muna, brownies lang muna. Kasi naggumawa kasi kami ng brownies. Bumili ako ng mga ingredients ng brownies. Sabi ko, gawa brownies muna, anak. Ito naman, time machine agad.
Oo. Parang duman din ako dyan. Parang, Ma'am, gawa tayo ng time machine.
Oo.
Ang talaga, una sa lahat, di ako science major.
Oo.
Ang hirap.
Pero gumawa talaga kami ng brownies, which is nakakatuwa.
Kung hindi ka komedyante ngayon, ano yung career in an alternate universe?
Siguro, pipiliin kong... gusto ko talaga maging basketball player noon eh. Pero na-injure talaga ako. I got injured, so parang nagtrabaho na. Pero nung there was a time na sinabi ko sa nanay ko, magtuturo ako, gusto ko maging teacher. Parang in a way, gusto ko magturo talaga. Gusto ko maging teacher. Tapos pinagbawalan ako ng nanay ko. Sabi, hindi. Kasi gusto ko pumunta ng Batangas. Sabi ko, mag-Batangas ako, gusto ko magturo. Magti-teacher ako doon sa amin. Ayaw niya. Hindi, dito ka lang. Bihira magano ng parents ko. If I want to do something, they'll always be the first ones to support. Basketball, magsulat, ganyan. Pero yung sinabi kong gusto kong magturo, ayaw niya. So, nakinig naman ako, hindi ko tinuloy, ganyan. Tapos then, I ended up in a way, following my love for comedy, writing, in a way, nakakapagturo ako ng stand-up. In a way, I am teaching, kasi sa LEAP, sa Lasal, I get to do the workshops. I'm teaching them about yung stand-up, how to help them write their jokes, or kung ano man, give them more knowledge about how stand-up is, how to do stand-up, ganyan, mga ganun. Parang in a way, naging teacher din ako. So sabi ko, ang galing. Sabi ko, nga, no? Kaya
everything works out.
Oo, kaya makinig kayo sa mga nanay niyo. Minsan kasi, di ba, ba't hindi nakikinig sa nanay, sa magulang, ganyan. So, Yan, inisip ko din eh. Alam mo kung bakit ka sinisigawan ng nanay mo ng malakas? Yung paggalit siya sa'yo, pag sinasabihan kanya paulit-ulit malakas. Kasi eventually, yung boss ng nanay mo, magiging konsensya mo yan. So naniniwala ko yung konsensya na narinig natin sa utak natin pag may gagawin tayong masama. Isipin mo, boss ng nanay mo yung narinig mo eh.
Totoo.
Tapos madalas banta. Sige, subukan mo. Tangina ka. Yeah. Kahit wala na yun na. Alam mo, kahit ako naghuhugas ako ng pinggan, boss ng nanay ko narinig ko. Ano? Ba't hindi mo inugasan yung puwet? Pati yung ilalim ng plato, hugasan mo. So, alala ko. Kasi nung bata ako, ganun. Paulit-ulit sa gilid ko yan, naghugas ako. Oh, baka hindi mo inugasan yung ilalim ng plato, ha? Hindi naman yan nilalagyan ng pagkain kahit na. Ang plato inugasan yung, So, nag-stuck siya sa utak ko. Pag luto ako, ganun din. Baka naman sobrang yung asin mo, ha? Ganun, no? So, yan ang...
Malakas magmura?
Pag niloloko ko lang siya, ang ano niyan, yung parang, ang ano niya, titi ka na. Ay, titi ng kabayo. Ganun lang na, ganun. Kasi nag-ano kami, yung nanay ko, ano din siya eh, parang maloko din siya. So, minsan lolokohin, ipaprank ko din siya, ganun. Minsan, pinagluto niya ako ng breakfast 4 in the morning kasi may training akong basketball. So, inanda niya yung egg, ham, pati kanin. Sabi ko, ma, parang panis na yung ham. Sabi niya, alam ko. Sabi ko, ba't mo pa hinanda? Sabi niya, kala ko hindi mo mapapansin. Sa tawa lang ako. Sabi ko, tapos may nung panahon na yung ang kapatid ko na sa ibang bansa. So may video cam ako. So magpapadala kami ng video ng mga messages na yung mama ko sa kanila. So, may video kita, yung message ma. I-video kita. Sige, sabihin mo na yung message mo. Tapos sinabi na niya yung message niya. Sabi niya, okay na ba yan? Sabi ko, okay na yan. Pero this time, tanggalin natin yung kulangot mo. Sabi niya, tangin na ako. Sabi niya, di, wala, joke lang. Sabi niya, ganun. So, may ganun kaming gaguhan in a way. Pero close ako sa dad ko growing up. Pero nung college ako, doon ako naging close sa mom ko. Kasi nung nagka-girlfriend na ako, syempre, siya yung... ako yung nagmamasahe ng paa niya. So, doon kami nakapag-usap palagi. So, ako yung naging bunso. So, parang ganon. So, ako yung masahista.
Ilan kayo magkakapatid?
8.
Wow!
Oo. So, ako yung youngest. So, nag-asawa na sila lahat. Ako yung naiwan sa bahay. So, ako yung naging bodyguard nilang dalawa. Parang ganon.
Wow.
Oo.
Yung tatay mo, nanggagago din? Or mas serious?
Yung dad ko, nung nalaman niya na writer na ako and stand-up comedian, nagpipitch siya ng mga jokes na gawin ko. Pero sobrang racist naman. So, very supportive naman. Kaya lalo ka na nagsastart ako, wala namang pera, pero i-get to see me sa mga bits and clips of mga sketches on TV. Nakikita ko yun yung nasa TV niya, pinapanood niya. Sabi ko, okay. Nakakatuwa kasi alam mo ng mga lalaki, hindi naman, they're not vocal about their emotions. So, yung mga simple na makikita mo na nanonood sila ng show na nandun ka or inaantay niya yung pangalan mo lumabas dun sa credits. So, parang yun, na-appreciate yun.
Proud ka. Ay, proud sila sa'yo. Sino ba yung mentor mo talaga when it comes to writing comedy?
Ang dami.
Siguro in life also, sino ba yung mentor mo? Pareho lang ba yung taong yun?
Siguro, alam mo, nung 90s tayo lumaki, so isa sa mga tumutulong sa atin noon, yung Chicken Soup for the Soul. Nalala mo yan? Like,
Oh my God.
Nalala niyo ba yung Chicken Soup for the Soul?
Kasabay yung mga ninuko eh.
Oo. So, ninuko. So, yan yung mga parang babasa ka, gano'n, to para makakaano ka ng mga stories that can help you, gano'n. So, yan yung mga isa sa mga binabasa ko nung college.
Seryoso ka ba?
Oo,
Okay.
Pero mga 5 pages lang. Pero laki hindi, pero I do.
Marami yun, chicken soup.
Marami yun.
Chicken soup for the
soul.
teens.
Oo, may gano'n. Chicken soup for the basta ang rami niyang versions. I will read. Hindi ko naman tinatapos, pero it's very nice to read something like that. Nung nandun ako sa point na player ako, tapos may girlfriend, may so parang maganda. Natuwa ako na I was able to discover that. Tapos then si Bo Sanchez, I will listen to Bo Sanchez.
Oh, okay.
I will listen to him,
mga
stories
advice,
niya.
mga life advice.
More than the financial, yung mga stories niya yung parang mga stories niya na nakaka-inspire din, through God, yung mga pinagdadaanan niya. So, that one, tatay ko din naman, he will always give me the best advice that I need sa stand-up. Like, you need 3 suits, ganun. Yeah, how to tie yung mga kailangan, because isa sa mga, kailangan presentable ka, how to, parang natutunan ko sa kanya, how to work well and talk to strangers, yung PR niya, how he can joke to the nurses, ganon.
Right.
Meron siyang charisma. So, I learned how to deal with other people by observing yung dad ko, which is nice. Ang galing. Yung coaches din, syempre sa basketball, you learn from them yung to work on your weaknesses all the time.
Right.
They don't say it na work on your weaknesses, pero how they train you, parang na-apply ko din yan sa stand-up. Like, practice all the time.
Yeah.
Do not settle sa strengths mo. Yung weaknesses mo ang i-workout mo. Kung magaling ka na sa kanan, syempre, kalimutan yung kaliwa. Di ba? So, all of these things to make your game more complete or whole, na-apply ko naman yan din sa stand-up. Gusto ko din maging pari kasi noon eh. Oo, nung grade 6. So,
Pero
medyo,
Catholic or Christian? Hindi. Catholic lang yun, no?
Oo,
Pari,
Catholic ako eh. So, in a way, sa stand-up
So,
ko, medyo
mabait
preachy
kang
ako.
bata.
I hope. Hindi, mabait naman in a way. May takot sa magulang, gano'n.
Hindi ka na magseminaryo, ganun.
Nung high school ako, parang 98 yata ako sa CLE. Gusto akong dalhin ng teacher ko si Miss, kalimutan ko ang name niya. Gusto akong dalhin sa Ateneo because meron daw parang seminar.
meron doon yung
may mga seminar na sabi ko, hindi po, okay lang po. Kasi, na-discover ko na si Rosana Roses kako. Naging na po ang calling ko na si Amanda Page is calling. Hindi. Parang,
Joyce Jimenez.
pero nanalo ako ng Bible quiz competition
Wow.
nung high school with the team, no? Na may team kami noon. Pero ako, I remember being the one to parang write down the winning answer na mag-up ng points namin. So, naka-ano yun sa lahat pala na nag-competition ako, yun yung nag-first prize ako, Bible quiz, no? Kasi sa basketball, second place. Stand-up, second place. Pero nung Bible competition nung high school, first place
So,
ako.
parang it's a sign.
Oo. Dapat pala nagpari na lang. Hindi. So, pero in a way, yung stand-up ko, medyo preachy.
Oo.
If you watch my stand-up, I talk about also my beliefs.
Oo nga.
Diba?
Oo.
I joke about religion. Yun nga maganda eh. Nakakatakot mag-joke about religion. But I get invited sa mga gathering ng mga pare. Like they have this brotherhood night that they invited me, 1,000 priests. May mga bishops pa in there, parang get together na hangout. So ako, it was with, I believe, Mike Hanupol. No. Joey Ayala. Tama ba si Joey Ayala?
Yung musician.
Yes. Oh, it was him, me, ang magpe-perform for the priests. So, ang una kong sinabi din, in a way, I jokingly said, ang maganda rito, kahit ano sabihin ko, papatawarin niyo ako eh. Sabi na. Tumawa na sila agad. Then I started doing my religious bits. So, tumatawa naman sila, which is good. So,
mahirap yun Tough audience yun
You seek approval sa mga tatamaan ng joke because they're somewhat related to the topic. So, kung may joke ako about LGBT, tas may LGBT in the audience, if I see them laughing, medyo okay. Tumatawa siya. Hindi siya na-offend.
Grabe, nasa spot mo yun?
Oo.
Spot
You have to see. And then, there are times also that I will approach them after the show. How do you feel about this joke? When I was starting doing that joke about LGBT or about gay people, when I see someone at the end, lapitan ko siya, how do you feel about the joke? Okay naman. Oo naman, nakakatawa siya. Then, okay siya. So, pero may mga jokes na isisilid ko muna, parang hindi pa siya ready for this audience or for this, for this timeline.
Right.
And then, yun ang maganda sa jokes, hindi siya napapanis.
Correct.
Like any good movie script or TV script, ano ba, ang Squid Games ba, 10 years bago sumikat, something like that, 'di ba? Parang ganun ang ano nila eh. So, yun ang maganda sa mga jokes or any idea, creative idea. Meron siyang pwede mo siyang isilid and then yung Cool Pals na name. Cool Pals na name, 2010 pa lang, it's already in my in my list of shows that I want to create,
Oo.
but as a sketch show.
Oo.
And then, nung nangyari yung podcast and we need to change the name and we need to find a name, magkakaibigan na comedian. I said, I have a name in mind, Cool Pals. Sabi ko, bagay ito kasi matagal na ito.
Mm-mm.
At that time, may kausap pa ako na writer that I'm pitching Cool Pals as a sitcom. Tas parang logline na, gagawa na ako ng mga ganun.
Oo.
Tapos din, ibibigay ko na yung pangalan sa podcast. So, sinabi ko, I have to retract. Ayoko na, hindi na natin tutuloy ito kasi yung pangalan, bibigay ko na sa podcast. So, yun yung mga examples na any good idea that you think will work, pero it's not working now, isulat mo lang sa notebook mo, and then there are time na babalikan mo siya, and then
Correct.
baka ito pwede na ito this time around. And you keep pitching it, ganun.
And you keep polishing it, eh. No?
Keep polishing it sa open mic. Oo, ganun. And then, meron din minsan isang joke ka may isip na bago that will be the canvas or that will be the missing link for this old joke to work. So parang, pag kinabit mo siya, okay na. Finally, nagamit ko na rin siya na effective. Okay, so may ganun siyang moment. So, walang sayang in a way. Walang nasasayang. Which is, saya. Saya ng feeling ng ganun.
Yes. I love it. Like, you performed abroad, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Meron bang super memorable performance? Nagulat ka sa reaction ng mga tao na ang saya-saya?
Memorable. The first ones will be the memorable ones for me. Kasi, syempre, iba pa yung takot mo na first time mo, tapos then di mo alam kung anong mangyayari, nandoon, tapos then maganda yung resulta, makes it a little sweeter. Pero, isa sa mga siguro magandang i-share na na-enjoy ko is that when I did the Comedy Club Asia, it was my first time that I was asked to do 20 minutes English material for, I believe, 3 shows na sunod-sunod. So sa first show, yung booker namin, organizer, which is also the host of the show, si Jonathan Atherton, he will tell you straight how he felt about your set. So after my first show, I think it was a British club.
Sa UK to? UK?
No.
Okay.
Sa Singapore.
Okay,
Singapore.
sorry.
So Comedy Club Asia. So kasama ko si Alison Smith and si Imran Yusuf. Which is why I wear a vibrating alarm watch kasi si Imran Yusuf, I said, para hindi ka mahirapan kung isipin kung naka 20 minutes ka na, gumamit ka ng vibrating alarm watch like what I'm using, sabi niya. He's a UK comedian. So he said, this will tell me, it will vibrate, I'll set the timer, it will vibrate in 20 minutes. And I know I did 20. So you will not shortchange your booker or your organizer sa performance. So I followed him until today, I wear that. So parang, unang salang ko, after that first night, kinausap ako ni Atherton. Sabi niya, after scale of 1 to 10, your performance 5. Second show, I did some adjustments. He will tell you also, like, did this, ganyan, or hindi. So I listened, I applied, and then second show, 7 out of 10. He gave me a 7 out of 10. Sabi ko, tumataas. And then the last show, he gave me a 10 over 10. Sabi niya, that's how you do it. Sabi niya, ganun. Wow. That's how you perform. That was beautiful. That was great. And then after that, people will be asking for. That's where I got my first, gave my first autograph.
Wow.
Oo, may lumapit. I said, can I get your autograph? Tapos binigay ko yung actual, bawal pala bigyan yung totoo mong signature. Oo, kasi baka nga makuha nila yung 15,000 ko sa bangko. So yun parang nakakatawa. So then, pero yun nga, it's also helpful when you have someone like Jonathan that it's very straightforward and it's nakatulong sa akin that I was able to absorb it in a positive way. Kasi mahirap siyang gawin sa comedian because very fragile ang ego, damdamin ng sipin mo, sabihin ko
artist,
hindi ka ba, parang ganun na kung nasa level ka ng ganun. So I think it helps also to get better at doing this when you are open to criticism, especially to those people that matters. No, pag yung taong yun nagsabi ganito, ganyan, kung sa tingin mong tama, gawin mo, ganun ka magalit.
I will call you the Papa Bear. Papa Bear, godfather of Comedy Manila. Ano yung dream and vision mo para sa stand-up scene dito sa Pilipinas?
Nung nag-start yung Comedy Manila, meron ng Comedy Cartel eh. So, pero what was missing at that time, Comedy Cartel was a talent management group.
Okay.
So what was missing that time is a production house
Okay.
that will harness yung talent and put them in the proper stage. So I said, the dream is that each and every comedian will have a following. That their humor will have a following, like per humor, per style of humor, there will be an audience enjoying that kind of humor. Sabi ko nga, my dream is to be able to be part of the audience enjoying a comedian on stage sa Pilipinas. So parang, in a way, yan yung cheat code ko because I was the organizer. There are times na ang gagawin ko when we were starting, I'll put my favorite comedians. Hindi ko pwede sabihin ko sino yung favorite comedians ko, di ba? Pero I will put my favorite comedians in one show na hindi ako kasama. Tapos sabihin ko kay Jeannie na tayo. And then I will watch and we'll have a date. Di ba? Nagde-date kami, pinapanood namin kami dyan. So, it helps that I'm a fan of everyone's comedy.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to put up, if you're going to be up, yun yung isa sa mga nakita ko na siguro hindi magawa ng iba is because they're also dreaming of the stage. Or they want to be the headliner. Pag producer ka, you have to think of them first before you. So medyo may ganong klaseng attitude.
Yeah.
Hindi ka yung headliner dito. If you're producing, ikaw yung nagpo-produce. You're the one organizing for them. So you are not going to be the star of this show. Parang ganon. Ganon yung yun yung parang way ko to be able to produce na hindi ako naiinggit. Di ba? Parang, ba't ako maiinggit? Producer nga yung hat ko today. So I'm not a comedian. Parang ganon. Pero yun yung vision ko. Lumaki siya, magkaroon ng following, and then it's actually happening. So it's nice. So
Tsaka I like your parang belief na dapat may proper representation. Like, narinig kita like, gusto mo may Christian, may Muslim, may mga ganon,
yes,
di ba?
oo.
Gusto mo ng diversity.
Para lang mawala yung takot ng tao na about what to joke about.
Oo.
Kasi maganon gusto mo marinig sa babae the jokes about their vaginas or their sex life or how they feel about men's penises, di ba? You don't want to hear that from a man na about talking about vaginas. You want, ikaw ang babae yung magsabi dyan.
Yes.
Meron silang mas karapatan and marami silang mas stories na about relationship na hindi narinig ng lalaki that I want to hear from a woman. LGBT, gay, so nice na marami ng LGBT that's doing open mic, writing their what they think is funny, what they feel is funny, expressing themselves on stage. Kasi minsan the best way to say your message is with a punchline. So, kung meron kang angst, may galit ka sa society or sa gobyerno, you can say this, nakakapit sa audience mo, because you made them laugh at the end and they made them clap. Oo nga, ganyan. Tapos tumatawa sila. And then it sticks to them. So, ganun din sa lahat ng pinaglalaban ng LGBT, pinaglalaban ng babae, lalaki, anuman gender, yung side ng Muslim sa mundo, sa society, you get to hear true jokes. Katoliko, marami na. So, lahat. So, to laugh together with this comedian builds a community of not only people that enjoy yung comedy but also parang free thinkers, yung lumalawak yung unawa nila sa mundo.
Right. Tsaka ako, I mean, hindi naman sa sumisip-sip ako, pero hindi ka, I love that you're very generous and you're also parang kind and may safe space when you talk to people. Kasi parang na-appreciate ko na hindi ka kupal, basically. Alam mo yun? Kasi ang dami kasing, alam mo yun, minsan yung mga head na men would be a little bit, sa babae or whatever. Na-appreciate ko na you're always kind to everyone. Consistent.
Parang you have to also make sure that everyone is free to express themselves off stage. Kasi minsan, pag natatakot sila, then they cannot. Gusto mo nga open mic, gusto mo lumabas yung creativity ng tao, then you'll be strict. ang inaano ko lang, proper venue. Proper venue yung pag-express mo. Masyado online because you might get in trouble.
Yeah.
Pero gusto ko yung ganung environment na masaya lahat. Pag nasa green room kami, and I'll talk, talagang pag doon, talaga no holds barred. Like, walang bawal na topic because it's among comedians.
Yes.
So walang, si Raulo
Oo.
ka ba't sinasabi mo yan? Hindi, wala. And I always remind yung mga babae doon sa loob, or kung ano man yung gender, na once you enter the green room, wala nang gender dito, ha?
Oo.
Sabi ko, wala nang babae, walang lalaki, we're all
Oo.
comedians.
Yes.
So remove that I am a woman, remove that this is a man saying, just keep in mind, gusto ko, comedians tayo lahat, and we're all saying jokes that we can all share to each other because we understand comedy.
Yeah.
So parang wala dapat puwang dito sa lugar na ito ng ma-offend.
Right.
Because
Oo.
if tayo mismo yung magsabi ba gago ka, in a space like a green room na tayo lang yung audience ang isa't isa, then nagsama pa tayo dito sa green room, di ba? Parang gano'n.
Totoo.
Parang yun yung gusto ko eh. Yung parang to know the avenue or stage where you can share your joke.
Oo.
Yun yung parang tinuro ko sa when I did my last workshop sa mga students. Pwede ka naman mag-joke ng kahit ano eh. Pero you have to choose sino yung audience sa sasabihan mo. Sabi ko, ang GC natin minsan sobrang racist niyan, sobrang bastos, that you can joke about anything because sino nasa GC? Mga close friends mo. The people that actually understands na yung meron kang kagaguhan sa buhay, kung ano sabihin mo sa, itong kaya tatawa kayo lahat doon. Pero hanggang doon lang sa GC na yon or sa tropa mo, yung joke na yon. But if you're in front of strangers na hindi ka kilala, kung gagawin yung joke na yan, hindi para sa kanila yan. So, as a comedian, know your audience. You have to know your audience where do you think you'll be funny or what jokes will work in front of them. Pero, ang joke, meron siyang audience. Kaya hindi ako maniwala na parang bawal mong gawin yung joke na yan. Bawal mong gamitin yung joke na yan, siguro sa'yo. Pero I can use this joke to an audience that knows me.
Yeah.
Diba? And ano makuha ko when I do that joke to them? Tawa. So, joke siya. Nakakatawa siya. Because nakuha yung tawa eh. Parang ganun. As much as I want all of the comedians to be free when it comes to joking, I always remind them na hindi lahat ng jokes pwede online. Okay? Sasabihin kong ganyan, lalo na yung mga dark jokes. So, I always remind them, may stage for you to be able to express yourself
Yes.
na
Safe.
people will appreciate your jokes.
Yes.
Pag ginawa mo online, ano na yan, meron nang magko-comment dyan na hindi nakakatawa to. Why? Because hindi naman niya, ikaw kilala na comedian, hindi naman niya nakita to as a joke because it was not in the proper venue. It was not in the proper stage.
Oo.
So pag medyo mag-joke about religion, joke about dark jokes, dali mo sa stage para kaya mo siyang i-maneuver. Pag ginawa mo sa stage, nakita mo yung 10 or majority na offend, pwede mo sabihin, joke lang yan guys ha, tapos balik ka na, tatawa na sila ulit. Ang dali may maneuver eh. Eh sa online, wala. So sometimes, gagawan ka pa ng storya, gagawan ka pa ng kung ano-ano, and then, so it's going...
PR nightmare.
Oo, di ba? Parang, wala na. So parang medyo, it bothers you eh.
Tapos ang bilis mag-cancel ng mga tao, di ba?
Kaya hindi naman, yung pag-cancel naman, you wait and then you'll be able to go back again. Pero yung to go through that torment, you ask kung worth it ba yan? Kung worth it sa'yo, sige, go through that torment. Pero I do not suggest that you go that path. Kasi, bakit mo, why waste your time and energy sa kanila? Di ba?
What do you think are your career highs and lows?
Yung career highs and lows, kasi pag stand-up ka, if you talk about the stand-up, is just based on your last show, di ba? Kasi career lows can be tonight, konti lang manunod sa akin tonight, tomorrow night, ang kami nunod sa akin, sarap, career high, and then up and down siya eh. Depends on how you are, how hard you are sa sarili mo. Pero career-wise, like in terms of finally getting jobs that I'm getting paid to do, I believe this year is very good for me because of the podcast opened parang opportunities,
Yes.
di ba? Parang nga now on top of the Cool Pals, I have the Balyahan with RDO. Gusto ko maging basketball player na, di ba? All my life, I was training to become a basketball player. Napilay ako, hindi na. Then I ended up in a basketball podcast show
Yes.
that I get to talk to PBA legends.
Wow.
My co-host is a PBA legend, RDO, Ranidel. And then I get to meet the young basketball players, the veterans, the legends, and I get to pick their mind, laugh with them. In a way, sabi ko, Lord, thank you na hindi na sayang lahat ng binasa ko sa Chicken Soup for the Soul. Diba? In a way. Kasi, being grateful for all of the blessings, talagang nakakatuwa, na parang iba yung feeling niya, na parang isipin mo, nakakasalamu ko, ganun ko sila, topic ko sila, ganun. Diba, yung mga basketball players na dinream ko maging makasama sa liga. So, yan. And then, the stand-up also. Okay. So, stand-up, nagiging, na siya, na people are now, parang, watching my shows and so yan, maganda. So, pero sa lows, because gusto ko pa rin talaga ma-attain yung so for next year I'm working on my hour special. I want to record it in a bigger venue this time, tapos really work on the hour and then pitch it to streaming. Ganyan.
Yes,
So or put it on work on my YouTube page kasi
Right.
46 na ako, hindi ako ganun kaano sa social media. So I choose Facebook, then yun lang, and then I don't get to post most of my stand-up clips. Pero this time around, I have to do it. Gusto ng aking mga comedians sa kasing age ko from Singapore, tinawagan niya ako, what are you doing? You have to post, GB. You have to post your videos and stand-up.
Pwede mo i-assign.
Yan.
Diba?
So,
Parang social media manager.
yan yung naging tulong din ng Cool Pals because we have a video team.
Yes.
No, so yan, binidyo ko yung last show ko and then we'll clip it and then share some videos of my stand-up shows. Parang ganun.
Ano yung sa tingin mong biggest risk you've ever taken? Whether it paid off or not?
Every time I go up on stage, it's a big risk also. Oo, every time I voice my opinion, it's always a big risk sa show. Sometimes you get flack from just sharing what your thoughts, di ba? So but to see the appreciation ng mga audience, like for the Balyahan, for the Cool Pals, the risk was worth taking, diba? What I want to take now, yung risk is the hour special that I have to do it. Siguro ako minsan I want to play it safe na okay, I'm enjoying ito kasi syempre may anak ka, then you consider all of these things. You want to keep what you have and it's working. You don't want to change it a bit or do something na drastic. So, kasi longevity yung gusto ko eh. Not seeking for fame, I'm seeking for longevity. How long can I do this na hindi ako sikat pero I get to pay the bills.
Yes.
Hindi ako sobrang but I get to pay for tuition.
Correct.
Because ang fear ko is that if I work too hard to become famous and then I become famous and then inisip ko yung time ko sa pamilya, time ko sa bata, because I always walk my kid to school, naglalakad kami in the morning. So parang niisip ko din yun. So sabi ko, pero baka mamaya, sinasabi ko din, baka mamaya I'm just saying that to myself because I fear the consequence, I fear failing. Kailangan ko din eh. Kailangan ko malaman eh kung kaya ko pang iangat. So so kailangan ko pang magbasa ng mga Chicken Soup for the Soul. Siguro
Diyos ko, meron pa ba?
Chicken Soup for the Soul for our shows, our specials, para gano'n. Pero, yan, these are the things that I battle in my head. My fear is always to lose time away from family. Kasi dahil nung pandemic, kasama ko sila palagi. After pandemic, parang gusto mo na sila kasama palagi.
Oo, gets.
Na parang ayoko nang masyadong mawawala sa bahay na matagal. Kasi nag-worry na ako. Or namimiss ko na sila, ganun. So,
would you say you're a dad first? Comedian second?
I should. Yes. Priority family always. Like family first. In a way ha. Kasi kailangan uwi ka na agad.
Oo.
'Di ba? You don't wag mong bigyan ng rason yung pamilya mo to doubt yung priorities mo sa buhay. Parang bahay lang, pagkatapos bahay. Then give time as much as you can to them para to see na nandun ka palagi, ganyan.
Oo. Mas madali kasi maging pag-artist ka, di ba? Parang minsan napaprioritize or in general, men would prioritize a career over family sometimes, di ba?
May-
Pero you don't, and that's great.
Oo, if you listen to some of the stories like sila, who's this yung naging host ng Miss Universe yung nagkamali? Si Steve Harvey.
Yes.
You
Okay.
listen to his stories. Talagang sinikap niya talaga to become Steve Harvey ngayon, na
Yeah.
mayaman, sobrang yaman. Pero because of that, may sacrifices. Ang nakapansin ko na sacrifice sa buhay niya was the first marriage.
Mm.
So, 'di ba?
Yes.
Wala na
Okay.
wala na sila. Kasi nag-focus siya sa
Yeah.
sa career.
Mm-mm.
So, ang goal is I have to bring them with me, together with me, papunta doon sa destination na na-imagine ko, which is success in a way
Yes.
na masaya ako, and then
Yes.
masaya din sila. So, right now, I feel that. Pero, I cannot be contented.
Mm-mm.
So, yun yung dilemma, yun yung
Correct.
challenge. As a
As a
parent,
partner.
as a performer, is to not be contented because there's
Mm-mm.
always work to be done. As a parent,
Yes.
as a partner, as a
Yes.
lover, as a dad, as a
Mm-mm.
friend,
Mm-mm.
as a comedian,
Mm-mm.
as
The work
a
never stops.
co-host, ganyan.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
agami, you want to create a balance na hindi ka naman masira ang ulo, parang ganun, o mawala, yung parang
Mm-mm.
may mawalan
Mm-mm.
ka ng oras sa isang bagay na importante.
Totoo. Masasabi mo bang you're an introvert, extrovert, ambivert?
Parang introvert ako sa mga lugar na hindi ko kilala yung mga tao. So, parang medyo shy ako to ano. Kasi matangkad ako so parang kita agad. So, medyo mag-aano agad ako.
Oo.
Pero, kaya natutuwa ako dahil sa Cool Pals. Ang kami ng Cool Pals. So, parang may bumati na sa akin. Yan, okay na ako.
Oo.
GB, ano? Hindi ako mag-approach ng... Bibiro ako sa mga kahera, ganyan, sa city, waiter, gano'n. Pero, sa mga social gatherings, medyo tiklop ako ng konti unless they know me. Then, I'll talk to them. So, depends on the situation. Pero sa mga friends ko, pucha.
Okay.
Oo, all out.
Mm-mm.
Makulit.
Napanood kita sa 10 Utos kay Josh.
Mm-mm.
Yung mga eksena mo yung pinaka natatawa ako ng malakas na bumabayo
Hindi ko nga alam mo, hindi ko alam kung matutuwa ako dyan. Kasi, nung kinasta ko niyan, sinabi lang niya, wala kami naisip na iba kundi ikaw. Kasi pasok na pasok to. Sabi niya, una, baduy siya magdamit. Tapos, sobrang tanga. Ganun. Sabi ko, natutuwa ba ako? Parang lahat ng roles ko ganun. Parang kahit yung sa Cuddle Weather, ganun din yung sinabi. Ko lang naisip namin, nung naisip yung character na ito. Tapos yung line sa akin ni Sue Ramirez, pangit ka na, malungkot ka pa. Kaya pala hindi niyo na ako minake-upan. Na-enjoy ko yung 10 Utos. Because of the cast, because of the production, na nakasama na namin si Direk Marius. And they're very professional. They really believed in us and asked us of our ideas that we can put into the movie.
Oo.
So, may
That's
ganon.
good.
So,
Yeah,
and
yeah. May
that
creative
oo,
input.
yan. Anong sa tingin niyo pwedeng gawin dito sa sitwasyon na to?
Mm-mm.
And then the writers, Sherwin Benvenides was our head writer sa Going Bulilit. Oo.
Yeah.
Tapos, he's also one of the comedians on stage as a stand-up comedian who performs dark humor.
Oo.
And 10 Utos is, in a way, a dark humor comedy because it
Yes.
tackles
Oo.
religion.
Mm-mm.
And sobrang achievement siya. Sherwin passed away before the movie came out. Okay? Because he had lung cancer.
Okay.
So during the script reading or the shoot, he was there but sometimes hindi siya makaka-attend because he was not feeling well. Pero he will still watch some of the stand-up shows and perform stand-up pag kaya niya. And then I was so happy for him dahil na-enjoy ng tao
Mm-mm.
yung dark humor
Mm-mm.
sa movies
Mm-mm.
that we don't usually see sa Philippine setting.
Yes.
Diba? So sabi ko, wow, it's a win. It's a win for comedy because now we're inching our way for Filipinos to enjoy dark humor in movies. And hopefully they will ask for more. And that is a very big contribution of Sherwin Benvenida sa movie industry. Kasi medyo nakulong na tayo sa mga rom-com, di ba?
Oo.
Nakulong na tayo sa mga kung ano-anong parang ganyan lang, parang love team.
Oo.
But we forgot how creative Filipinos are when it comes to movie writing, script writing, na ang raming gandang storya na
Oo.
na syempre, shoutout na kay Ninong Ricky Lee na
Yeah.
45 years na pala Ninong Ricky Lee na hindi kita nakikita pag birthday ko.
Tsaka pag Pasko.
Kilala mo naman si
Sir
Ninong
Ricky.
Ricky. Sa'yo, Sir Ricky. Sa akin, Ninong
Ninong.
Ricky.
Oh, yes.
Oo. Yung baptismal certificate ko po, baka papadala ko na lang po sa Facebook nyo
Na may kasamang QR code.
na may kasamang QR code ng GCash. Oh, kahit 1,000 lang every 1 year, 45,000 din yan. Pero, yun nga. So, it's so nice to see that movie stay longer than 2 weeks, 3 weeks sa movie house.
Oo.
It stayed, I think, 4 or 5 weeks.
Nice.
So, di ba, ang ganda,
Yes,
dark
yes.
humor, and then people are really appreciating. Pero, ang galing din talaga ni Direk Marius how he was able to translate that into sa big screen, yung
Right.
script. No? Pero, thank you. Ang ganda. Then, na-appreciate din ng tao yung performance ko. So, ang ganda. So, very, very nice.
Yung ano ba yung kinakain mo nun? Longganisa ba o tapa?
Oo.
Yung eksenang yun.
Oo.
putek.
Yun, si Direk Marius asked me, ano sa tingin mo maganda dito? Sinustall mo siya.
Oo.
So, that was one of the ideas that came out from the cast na, ito yung gagawin.
Oo.
It was also thought of, parang homage din siya dun sa unang movie ni Direk Marius because yung,
Oo.
so parang gano'n, may ganung moment na parang gano'n na eksena.
Bubuksan yung pagkatao mo. Ano yung mga laman nun?
Siguro
ilang
constipation, hemorrhoids,
Yung mga kunyari, like 10% tatay siya. Or 5% actor siya. Parang gano'n. Ilang percent komedyante. Mga ganyan.
siguro I try to be a comedian most of the time. Para hindi ka masyadong masira yung ulo sa mga nangyari sa Pilipinas. I try to joke about. And then also nangyari sa bahay, the struggles of being a parent, raising someone with ADHD, and trying to figure out his brain, how to help him. So, hanap ka talaga ng way to entertain yourself. And comedy is may parang nagpapagaan ng sitwasyon. So, most of the time, I'm a comedian. But then, i-incorporate ko yung comedy sa pagiging tatay. Kasi, tatay ako eh. And then, partner din ako, husband. Ang hirap niya i-divide, pero mas malaki talaga yung time ko sa family. So, talagang ganun. Pagtitingnan ko na kung mawawala ako na matagal or kung gaano ako tagal mawawala and paano ako babawi. Ganun.
Right,
So, parang, and then you have to think about yourself also, yung health mo. So, raming mga factors. Pero, as much as, sinasabi naman ni Jeannie, thank you for prioritizing us. So, I'll base it from her na nakikita niya na I'm spending more time sa family, sa kanya, than yung work. Ganun. Iba kasi yung work sa comedy eh. Yung comedy, pwede mo isabuhay yan eh. Wala siyang bayad.
Yun
siyang
lang.
bayad. And then work, yun na.
Oo.
Ang work ko, comedy eh. Pero so, yun. May certain comedy na yun eh, yung kailangan kong bayaran ako. Pero yung comedy na naaliw ko lang yung sarili ko, mga tao sa bahay. Ganun ako. Ganun.
What do you think is Filipino humor at its core?
Naniniwala ako, walang restrictions yung humor ng Pinoy. Kasi may pagka-racist tayo eh. Pagka-racist tayo, may pagka-racist tayo. But in a fun way. We are parang ang hirap itanggol yung racism natin, yung racist natin, because some people will disagree na masama or will say na masama yan, but yung sinasabi na ganito. Pero it's in a very innocent, paano ko ba put this, yung racism natin? So very
polite,
innocent, not really to demean. It's trying to imitate more than to ridicule. May ang hirap eh. Ang hirap niya. Pero yung racism na sinasabi natin is within the family, like pag nag-uusap, pag nandun sa ibang bansa, pag nandun na kayo sa kwarto, kausap yung mga pamilya, then magtatawa na lahat, di ba? So ang humor natin is wala siyang restrictions talaga eh, in a way. Medyo nagiging controversial lang yung ibang jokes because nahaluan na ng internet people in social media. Pero pag when you go to the comedy clubs, any comedy club, the gay comedy clubs, the Comedy Manila shows, the Cool Pals shows, people enjoy, the Filipinos enjoy, the local audience dun sa lugar na yun enjoys all types of jokes.
Mm-mm.
Now, when I say joke, it's funny, ha?
Mm-mm.
Hindi yung kahit anong sabihin mo, tatawa sila. No, you have to work to find the funny in
Yes.
every topic you want to discuss
Yeah.
on stage. Tumatawa sila, dark, sobrang bastos, o ano, pero...
Flexible din eh, no? Yung
Oo,
Filipino humor.
basta pag nakakatawa, tatawa ang Pilipino.
Oo.
I've seen it sa audience, sa live audience.
Mm-mm.
So, ang galing. So, I hope that kung nanonood kayo nito and gusto nyong tumawa, you go watch the shows live.
Yes.
And
I
then you'll
agree.
see why it's an art form.
Mm-mm.
You see the writing, you see the hard work that the comedians put into their jokes, how they deliver it, the timing, the
Mm-mm.
ang ganda ng pagkakabitaw, tatawa ka.
Oo.
And then you forget about the mga bawal pagtawanan when you're in a comedy show.
Oo.
Because now you're just enjoying the show and tumatawa ka.
Oo.
And then you go home, feel better na parang,
Totoo.
sarap, saya.
Kasi nakaka-raise talaga ng energy eh.
Nakakawala ng
ang tawa,
stress.
Oo, totoo yan.
Kahit ako, nag-enjoy ko
Scientific
eh.
yan, di ba?
Oo, pag tumatawa ka, sarap.
Oo.
Dopamine ba yung tawag dyan?
Oo.
Or shabu, hindi ko na alam.
Oo. Baka both.
Oo.
For my last question, who or what makes you laugh the most?
Anak ko will make me laugh. Nakakatawa. Yung Cool Pass, nakakatawa din talaga yan.
Mm.
Like, yung mga kasama ko, nakakatawa sila. Like, even if they're serious na sila na nag-iinarte, nakakatawa pa rin na tatawa ka. I'm surrounded by very funny, mga funny people. And I think I did that so that I'll also be laughing. I make sure that I'm laughing all the time. So I surrounded myself with people that make me laugh. So ang kami, mga kaibigan ko rin, they're very funny. Yung GC namin, nakakatawa. Sobrang, yun nga, dinesign ko yung buhay ko na pinalibutan ko yung sarili ko ng mga nakakatawang tao, which I'm enjoying.
And I think you attract it also. Kasi, kumbaga, di ba, may intention ka na. Parang you attract funny people, naturally feeling ko. Oo.
Sana. Kasi pag ganun pag nakita kayo sa open mic,
Oo.
hindi nakita mo, ito na yung mga hinahanap kong mga tao sa mundo. Yung mga taong...
My tribe.
Oo, yung parang ito na yung mga taong gusto ng comedy, the way I love comedy. The same love I feel for comedy na feel ng mga to. So, parang ang sarap ng tawanan. Di ba? And then, next to that will be you build friendships. You build relationships.
Yes.
And ganun. So,
And we all need community for longevity.
oo,
Diba?
diba? So, the
Yan.
ones that I am hoping to achieve, slowly being achieved because we focused, or I focused also for dun sa love for comedy. And
Oo.
everyone that I was
Yeah.
working with also focused on that. And it formed a wonderful community. And it's now, parang blossoming into a
Yes.
much bigger community. Nagpa-branch
Yes.
out na siya. Now you have sketches, now sketch groups, you have
Yes.
writing groups, now
Yes.
you have podcasts that all share the same love for what you do and the
Right.
same beliefs of how stand-up should be performed, how it's written, so all of these things. So, ang ganda-ganda nakikita.
Thank you so much, GB.
It's okay.
GB na yun. Inuman na
Okay lang. Sa kaming best na mali yung pangalan ko, I am already used to it. Jimmy, JB, Jimmy Salvador. There was one time.
Jimmy Santos? Hindi naman.
Hindi naman. Pero may isang beses kala ko na itama na yung coach ko, si Coach Jing Ruiz nung college. Ano pangalan mo? GB. Okay, GB. Okay, sinulat niya yun sa board. Okay, ito dito ka sa GB. No? Tapos tinignan ko. First time GB. Pagsilip ko dun sa playbook niya, nakalagay G, tapos V, sin victory.
Pero nung pala siyang BNV
nakala ko,
confusion.
kaya pala GB. GB. Ganun kala ko, tama na. Pero, surprisingly kami namamali, kahit na kala ko ang dali na lang maano, GB kasi, di ba? Jimmy, madalas.
GB shoes.
Oo, parang may ganun.
Ganun. Para maalala. Tsaka, GB, nung college, tawag namin sa GB, gimmick bastos.
Oo nga. Giant balls, ganun.
Gigantic.
Oo.
Brevity. Brevity?
Pwede yan. Baka yun ang gawin ko.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sia. Sana may napulot yung mga level uppers nyo.
Yes.
Yung may mga pangalan ng ano nyo.
Level up.
Yung mga
Hindi
level
ko na
uppers.
alam eh.
Mga,
Isip tayo.
sige, siguro mga...
Mga asterisk na lang.
Oh,
May
pwede.
asterisk.
Mga asterisk. Earls. Mga Earls.
Mga Earls. Bye, Earls.
Little up higher.